The government is not telling you the single most important thing about the TikTok ban, and it's this. It's estimated that in 2023 alone, TikTok added $24.2 billion to the US economy, and in 2024, that number is likely going to be a lot higher. And all of that money comes from 7 million small businesses in the United States that rely on TikTok to generate sales to support themselves and their staff. And those 7 million businesses make up 21% of all small businesses in the US. And TikTok, this platform, is how they got discovered. It's how we got discovered. My wife and I launched our small business right here on this platform. Without TikTok, that never would have happened. And then there are all the content creators and influencers who use the platform to generate income from viewership. So this $24 billion chunk of the US economy is something that the US government is completely happy and fine to just chop off and discard. And the question is why? We all know that they say it's because of the national security threat that the platform poses. They tell us that it's for our own good because our data is being stolen by the Chinese. But if I had to speculate, I would guess that the real national security threat that TikTok poses is that TikTok has become a place for people to discuss and discover just how unhinged the government of the United States is actually becoming. For instance, TikTok is where Congressman Jeff Jackson was exposed for voting to ban TikTok after using the platform to grow his following and get elected. This platform is where Americans and the entire world has been exposed to the uncensored version of what is happening in the Middle East right now. This is where we all first heard about the healthcare CEO and then went on to listen to the stories of tens of thousands of Americans, just like you and just like me, who had totally legitimate claims denied by the company that guy worked for. And that is the true national security risk, in my opinion. It's a national security risk that is real, but it's not the American people who are at risk. It's the government and their grip on power and information that's at risk because of platforms just like this one. So if you're still here, I am really sorry. I promised myself that I wouldn't post anything remotely political in 2024, but in January, power is going to transfer from blue to red, and I think that this is a really great opportunity to just remind ourselves that it doesn't really matter who's sitting in the White House. It doesn't. None of these people are your friend, and if you've been convinced that they are, you have been duped, because they all voted for this unanimously, along with a bunch of other laws that do not help the average American. Because the reality is, whether it's left wing or right wing, they are both wings that keep the same grotesquely corrupt bird up in the air. Just saying.